Let me ask you a serious question. Before you try to raise children, what is your worldview? Not your religion, not your tribe, not your political view, your worldview. What do you actually believe about life? What do you believe about truth? What do you believe about purpose? What do you believe about right and wrong? Most parents can't answer this clearly. And that is where the real problem begins. Because if you don't know what you believe about life, how will you guide someone else through it? Stay with me. In this video, I'm going to show you why defining your worldview is the foundation of effective parenting and how to build one that will help you raise grounded and value-driven children. Hi, I am Matthias Luka Agbu. I help men rise into their full potential so they can thrive as husbands, as fathers, and leaders in society through value-based leadership, personal development, and digital empowerment. And today, we are not talking about diapers. We are not talking about school fees. We are talking about foundation. Because before you raise a child, you must decide what you stand for. Here is the truth. Too many people become parents by instinct and not by conviction. They marry because it is time. They have children because that's what everyone does. But no one pauses to ask, what exactly am I trying to produce in this child? Not just academically, not just financially, but philosophically. Here is one of the biggest misconceptions about parenting. We think reproduction equals readiness. It doesn't. Reproduction is biological, but parenting is philosophical. Anyone can create a child, but not everyone has defined the beliefs that will shape that child. And here is another misunderstanding. Simply means providing. We think good parenting simply means food on the table, clothes on their back, and school fees paid. And yes, those things matter, but they are not enough. Because as Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone. A child needs identity, he needs truth, he needs moral direction, he needs a framework for interpreting life. And that framework is your worldview. Now here is the part that many parents don't realize. Whether you define your worldview intentionally or not, you will pass one down. If you don't define your worldview, culture will define it for your child. Social media will define it. Peers will define it. Music and trends will define it. And culture does not raise children by your standards. It raises them by convenience. The deeper challenge is this. You can only raise what you are. If all you know is survival, you will teach survival. If all you know is fear, you will teach fear. If all you know is hustle, you will teach hustle. That is why so many children grow up confused. Not because their parents didn't love them, but because their parents had no clear compass. Let me ask you this important question. If your child asks you today, what do we believe as a family? Could you answer confidently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. How many parents today actually have a defined worldview? Now let's talk about the solution. So how do you build a worldview before raising children? Let's break it down now. Step 1, define your core beliefs. Sit down and ask yourself hard questions. What is the purpose of life? What do I believe about truth? What do I believe about manhood, about womanhood, about discipline, about love, about God, about responsibility? Write it down. If it is not written, it is not clear. Step 2, build your value spine. Your worldview must rest on non-negotiable values. I call this your value spine. These are the principles that do not bend when culture shifts. Examples of such are integrity, compassion, responsibility, courage, faith, and honor. These values are not seasonal preferences. They are permanent anchors. When a child grows up with consistent values, they grow up stable. Step number 3, live it before you teach it. Let me say it clearly. Children do not inherit your speeches. They inherit your patterns. If you preach honesty but cut corners, they learn hypocrisy. If you preach respect but speak harshly, they learn contradiction. Lifestyle is louder than lectures. If you want conviction in your children, there must be consistency in you. Step number 4, build a family mission. This is powerful. Ask, why does our family exist? What do we contribute to the world? What kind of people do we want to be known for? What kind of people do we want to be known as? When a child grows up knowing that our family stands for integrity, our family serves others, our family fears God, they grow up with identity, and identity reduces confusion. I have a simple framework that you can use. I call it a pre-parenting audit. Before you raise children, or even if you already have children, do this audit. Number 1, what do I believe about life? What values are non-negotiables in my home? What kind of adult am I intentionally trying to raise? Not what grades, not what salary. What kind of human being? Answer those 3 questions honestly. That is where intentional parenting begins. Now, the deeper perspective about this. Let me say something bold. The crisis in many homes today is not financial. It is philosophical. Parents are raising children without clarity. And clarity is what gives children stability. If you don't define your worldview, your child will borrow one from the loudest voice around them. And usually, the loudest voice is not the wisest one. Parenting is not just feeling, it is forming. Not just protecting, but preparing. And it is not just loving, but leading. And leadership requires direction. In conclusion, if you don't define your worldview, the world will define it for you. Don't raise children by instinct. Raise them by conviction. Remember this, you can only give what you have. So become clear, become grounded, and become intentional. And your children will grow grounded too. If this message challenged you, then subscribe. In the next video, we are going deeper. Instinct is not enough. Why parenting requires consciousness? Because intentional parenting is not automatic. It is deliberate and vision. Let's build families with clarity, conviction, and vision. See you in the next video.